Welcome everybody. This has been our Bloody Funny block. I'm Angie, the media manager here at Days of the Dead. Super excited to have you guys up here. I feel like I know everybody up here so well, I should be introducing you, but you can do it better than I can. So let us know your name, what you're representing.
Ronald Short. I wrote, directed, and puppeteered the little Frankenstein in the short body.
Sean Haitz. I helped make the movie Cannibal Comedian and then co-directed with Ryan James the making of Cannibal Comedian, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and More Blood.
I'm Andrea Davoren, and I was in that body bag in Cannibal. Oh wait, we didn't watch that right now, but I'm in it. When you see it, when you pick up the DVD and Blu-ray, I'm in there, and I did special effects and props, hair and makeup, whatever needs to be done.
On set mom.
Yeah, he always says that.
Keeping us in order.
Someone has to.
So,
Good snacks. And there's more snacks.
well, that's the mom job. That
Yeah.
falls under the mom. So we'll start off with body. It's absolutely adorable.
It's the first time I've ever heard that.
So I guess when you're
It's
at a
adorable.
horror festival, you don't want to hear that your film is adorable.
No, I love it.
But what you need to know is I have a special place in my heart. When I say adorable, it probably doesn't mean the same thing that you do. But it was so much fun.
Thank you.
And your cast did a great job with, I think, just not just the cinematography and the angles that he was able to get, but the actors themselves as they're fighting with Frankenstein. So you want to tell us a little bit about how you cast that and what, if there were any challenges with those scenes?
Sure, yeah. Casting the main guy, Aaron Hale, he is a friend of mine. We've worked in things together and collaborated on various things. I've acted for him, and he's acted for me. And he actually, we liked the script, and I asked him to act in it. And then he was like, well, do you need help with producing? So he also took on an executive producer role, which was very helpful. And Layla, she auditioned for it. I met her through a read-through, and I asked a few actresses I knew, and she was one of them, and she blew me away with how she was screaming at the camera, more or less, in the audition. So yeah, that was a pretty easy cast from there. The challenge was, we shot overnight, and that's my actual kitchen. We had to lock my cats away. I'm pretty sure I still had a cat. There was a period in time where I had some cats pass away, and then we got new cats. I can't remember if we filmed in between there, if we had to lock cats away or not. But it was at 2 a.m., and my neighbors, I share a wall, so we definitely had probably some people freaking out about her screaming and, Jesus Christ compels you and stuff like that. I mean, they were probably a little worried, but that's the biggest thing for us was the worry of our neighbors calling the cops.
That is actually hilarious. The first short that I worked on directing, and so my husband was the serial killer, and we needed to get this shot done. And I was being the victim, and we were on the sidewalk of our neighborhood. And he's coming down with an axe, like running down the sidewalk with an axe at me. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody in our neighborhood. And I don't know if that says more about me than the neighbors, but...
Yeah, they were used to it.
So I think your plot there is kind of self-explanatory, but did you guys always intend on doing this? Was this always intended to be bonus content? Was it something that you just had so many outtakes, you were like, hey, we should do this?
That's a great question. So, luckily, principal photography, which I talked about in the film, was 6 days, really 5 days, and then the 6th day we're getting just coverage and exterior shots and stuff like that. And so we shot that in 2020 before the pandemic, and luckily people were shooting some BTS, but it wasn't something I was paying attention to. And then when Ryan James came on, he actually had worked on Terrifier 2, and he had talked with those guys, and they were shooting BTS, and also Justin, who did The Barn, he did a documentary too, but on the first Terrifier they didn't do anything, and they had hardly any BTS on that film because who knows what's going to happen. So we took advantage of that, and when he came on, we shot like another year, as I talked about in the film, or in the doc, and just, weekends, it was like one of those things, like what Ryan said, it was like a camp, like going out, and it was a lot of fun shooting those days. And so we always were shooting BTS, always, for then on. And then we went back and did all the Talking Heads, and then we were lucky enough when Alan and Ed Neal were doing the 50th anniversary for Texas Chainsaw in LA at the Egyptian Theater, we asked them if we could do the interviews, and they're like, hell yeah, and because they've been supportive, so we caught them both at the same hotel and got those interviews, so that was super sweet, really lucky how that worked out. And then so that's how we did it, and it really was a journey, and the way we wrote it too was from the beginning to the end, where you really got to see, if you care, that from where we had no awards or a movie, we just made it, and then all of a sudden we're at Joe Bob in Vegas a year later, so it was really, you got to go on the journey with our little team.
And my favorite part of that explanation is, we actually talked about this as a team during our meetings, is there's so many side jokes that especially if you know the cast and crew. And they were just, they just kept rolling on that. And so to know that was just you guys being you guys, and it wasn't something that you went back and tried to recreate later, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I have to give it up to Dan Ballister, who cut that thing, because that's a lot of work, and he did it really quickly, and he put that together, something really fun, and he made it funny.
Yes.
Which the movie's funny, and then he also made the doc funny with all his great edits, and then Ryan really helping put all the footage together, because you could probably tell how much work just into doing that doc could be, and so those guys really, I hand it off to them for putting in the hours, like hours and hours and hours to put this thing together.
So speaking of funny, on Body, I need to know the background of how that story came about. I'd like to joke around and ask you if you had a traumatic experience with Frankenstein when you were young, but when I ask that question, sometimes the answer is yes. So,
No traumatic experiences with Frankenstein, unfortunately. But so I was watching YouTube, a lot of YouTube in this period of time, a lot of haunted objects YouTube, like just going down the rabbit hole of ghost videos and whatnot. And there was one of this couple who found a dancing skeleton similar to the Frankenstein. And it was dancing really fast and freaking them out. It was clearly like the batteries were like shorting, but they were convinced it was possessed. So I thought, what if it was? And what if they got killed? And like, what if they all got off to the end? So it came from, the rabbit hole of YouTube, really. And then, it kind of evolved, because that one I wrote and then kind of sat on for a few years because other things kept happening. So it evolved a little bit, but it started with that.
all right, I know we don't have a ton of time before we want to jump down to the award ceremony. Let me turn to the audience and see. I feel bad for making fun of George earlier because you really can't see anything. But if you want to raise your hand for a question, go ahead. Yes.
Did you have more than one Frankenstein?
No, we only had one. I ordered it off of eBay. I considered buying another one, but then I just said, screw it, let's just try to do it. And it worked out. I didn't get to keep any of it, unfortunately. It was covered in sticky blood, but we did one and done.
So you guys broke it again, though, right?
Yeah, we smashed the shit out of it.
You got the shots.
Exactly. We got everything we knew we needed, and then I literally took a hammer and I just started smashing it in my kitchen. Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, if I didn't see your hand go up, you shout out. It's all good. I want to take a moment to let Andrea do something that's going to be very cathartic,
Okay.
especially since I know that she was set mom. There is his shins. Have at it. Just
Kick
kick
him in the shin.
Yep, kick him in the shin.
And we're gonna work together on something else.
But really, just talk about, is there any funny story that you feel like you're allowed to tell, that you want to share about taking on all those hats and all those roles and dealing with the group that you were dealing with?
Well, you can see it's very much a boys' club, and sometimes you just want an answer, and you just can't get an answer. Especially with Sean, if you ask him one thing, it's just a joke, and so it's a little bit of patience testing sometimes when you're really trying to work and correct. It's like herding cats sometimes because they all are like, they're always on. They're all actors. Sean too, who's just fresh off of Christopher Nolan's new movie as of last week. He's been shooting that for the last month. Is that a secret?
Yeah. No.
He's an actor in that.
Not now, not.
Well, yeah, well, either way, but
Non-speaking,
but
I-
otherwise,
if I need to cut
that's about it. They're all very fun to
You'll
work
see
with.
me on IMAX when you see that thing. It's kind of crazy.
So that brings up a great lead in when we wrap up. So let's go down, give us your socials, where can we follow you, and let us know, what are you working on next, that if you're allowed to tell us.
Yeah, we're finishing Area 5150, which is a really fun sci-fi horror. It's got a lot of comedic elements to it, and some of the same cast and crew are back. Felissa Rose is in it, Vernon Wells, which was in Road Warrior, and Weird Science, and Commando, so he's awesome. And then so that one we're in post-production for. And then we're really excited that we have the Blu-ray for Cannibal Comedian, and the doc is on that, and we have that for sale. And that's got 6 hours. If you want more footage, but what's really cool is in the movie itself, there's stand-up comedians, and they only get like a joke in. So we did like a 40-minute comedy special with all the comedians actually that are out there grinding in LA now, just making it happen. So they're in there, and we had an alternate ending. So definitely pick up the Blu-ray, and it's going to be on Tubi soon. It's already on Screambox, and it's been about 14 weeks in the top 10 on Screambox, which is pretty amazing. So my social is Sean Haitz, at Sean Haitz, SeanHaitz, or at Cannibal Comedian, any Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
I'm on Instagram, Andrea Davoren. You have to watch the movie to see the credits, how to spell my last name, Davoren, and that should just come right up.
It's spelled right now, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as projects, we're very excited to release Area 5150, but if anyone sees a movie called Hacked, a double entendre of rage-fueled karma, I also have that coming out too. It's on at the Chattanooga Film Festival right now. Hacked. Not Hacked, that's on Screambox right now, but Hacked, a double entendre of rage-fueled karma.
Hacked.
Starring Chandler Riggs of Walking Dead, so.
I'm everywhere, TikTok and Instagram as Ronald the Short. And my next projects, we have a comedy series that's currently in festivals, playing Chattanooga next weekend, called Tegan and His Bros. It's about a cat and his two stoner roommates, and they all smoke weed together. The cat's a puppet. And then after that, I'm editing a little short horror film that I shot here in Indiana on my parents' property called Tasty Bones. It has a practical monster, and Angie here helped me make it. So yeah, very excited.
All right, thank you guys. Again, this was the Bloody Funny block, and actually, you guys, if you want to grab some pictures on the way down at the Step and Repeat, Ryan will meet you down there for that. And then chop, get your butts down for the award ceremony.
Cool.
Thank you, Andrew.
Don't drop the mic.